Hello, you join me on the Ridgeway National Trail. I'm backpacking along a section of it. It's July, and look at this weather. It's absolutely rubbish. Not helped by the fact that I'm wearing my favourite jacket. I've had this for about 10 years now, and it's completely saturated. It's just not repelling water at all. And a jacket that's saturated is a jacket that just loses all of its breathability. So inside this, it feels clammy and damp. So not nice at all. I almost might as well not be wearing a jacket. I think it's time for some Nikwax TLC. Okay, so there are two solutions I'm going to be using here, the green one and the purple one. And I'll start with the green one. That's Nikwax's Tech Wash. This is the one to use regularly, basically in the same way that you'd use a normal laundry detergent. So this cleans the fabrics while maintaining any water-resistant coating that might already exist, ultimately allowing your product to perform as you'd want it to perform. Now, before sticking your kit into the washing machine with the solution, I'd recommend just doing up all the zips and uncinching the hem and the hood to make sure that the Nikwax can get into every nook and cranny. Now, I'd also recommend just making sure that your soap tray is free from any detergent buildup. Ideally, you don't want any of that getting in with your wash, as it might leave a water attracting residue on your kit. You can wash 1 or 2 items in one go with the same amount of solution. So I chucked in my Paramo trousers in with the jacket because why not? 2 birds with 1 stone. After giving the bottle a shake, I poured in 150 millilitres of Nikwax Tech Wash, the green bottle. That's because I live in a hard water area. If you live in a soft water area, I recommend only using 100 millilitres. I ran a synthetic cycle at 30 degrees C and a slow spin of 600 RPM. Ideally, you want to wash according to the instructions on your garment's label. If there aren't any instructions, it's a safe bet to aim for a slow spin and a mild temperature. Right, that's my jacket cleaned then. You could stop there, but if you feel like your garment needs reproofing, needs a new water-resistant layer applied to it, that's when you might want to follow up with the purple bottle. That's Nikwax TX.Direct. With this, again, you should only wash a maximum of 2 garments on one cycle. I added in 200 millilitres because I was washing 2 garments, but if you're only washing 1, then you only need 100 millilitres. I ran a synthetic cycle at 30 degrees C and a slow spin of 600 RPM. Again, it's worth referring to the care instructions on your garment's label, and if there aren't any instructions, go for a mild temperature and a slow spin. After that, I hung up my gear in a nice breeze to dry. You can tumble dry on a low setting, but again, just check the care label doesn't advise against machine drying. Okay, so my jacket's dry now. Let's take a look at the results. That is so much better. You can see the water beading right off it, the fabric staying nice and dry. Just how I want it, perfect. This is one test I like doing just to see the water resistance. Look at that, it just runs right off it. It's amazing stuff. Not a drop is sticking. So how often should you use these solutions? Well, I tend to use the green bottle about once a month. That's with normal usage, so for mountain hikes and regular dog walks. To be honest, I don't think you can wash waterproof kit too often, so long as you're following the instructions on the bottles and on the care label. With the purple bottle, Nikwax TX.Direct, it's worth going with your own judgment on that. If you find that your garment isn't repelling water and is becoming saturated too quickly, then it's time for a top-up. Nikwax say that you should reproof your garment after every 4 to 6 washes. Now, if Nikwaxing your kit isn't something that you do often, I'd recommend making it a habit. You see, waterproof clothing is changing. Until recently, garments came laced with chemicals called PFAS or PFCs, and while these were mightily effective at repelling moisture, they've also been found to be harmful to the environment and to human health too. And they're now being heavily regulated against. In fact, in America, over 36 different states are in the process of banning them. Gore, the company behind Gore-Tex, is one of the main examples of a business that's had to adapt. In the past, its fabrics have used a stretched out form of the PFAS compound called PTFE. Now it's developed a new fabric that's completely PFAS free, and they're rolling it out in loads of new products. Now, while these new, more sustainable fabrics do work, from my experience, they also need more maintenance in order for the outer materials to stay water resistant. And that's why, going into the future, home solutions like these from Nikwax are going to be so important. Nikwax's solutions are all eco-friendly, being totally free of hazardous chemicals and being entirely water-based. They also come in recycled and recyclable bottles, and the company itself has managed to carbon balance all of its emissions since day one. It's a progressive company doing good stuff, and best of all, it makes your kit, which, let's face it, is very expensive these days, it makes your kit last a lot longer. Well, that's it for this video. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, please do consider subscribing to this channel. We're posting gear advice like this on a regular basis. And thank you very much for watching. Catch you next time.